And we are live. Fantastic. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our latest episode of ICTU Crumbling Legacy, where we get something that has never happened before. A filler episode. Well, not a filler episode. Some important stuff will happen here.
I feel
So
like we've
stay
done one of
tuned.
those before.
Which one do you think it was?
The porno.
Uh, that was non-canon. Anyways,
Oh, it is very
I
canon.
Yeah.
indeed.
What are you talking about? The
Indeed.
point that how many times must I go over this with you people? All the information is on the board tape.
If Akane was here, she'd be rolling in her grave, and she's not
Ah,
even dead yet.
God. That's my best Akane impression right now.
Oh God, that's my best Akane impression. But either way, to sum up what happened last time, the party has been trying to keep its company steady while dealing with a bunch of problems. First, it was the ushers doing some minor stuff, but it's probably fine. Then it was people stealing the Atomco trucks, which is very not fine. Then on top of that, it was the murderer of someone coming back to haunt the party.
You know what?
And
No
finally,
Kokoro.
turns
Wow.
out that
We finally moved on the
Sinclair's
map again since
grandpa's-
session 2.
Sinclair, Sinclair, no,
Who?
You combine how you say Skylar with
I merged them. Oh no!
Who am I?
Sinclair's grandpa's arch nemesis was doing some stuff, and it was solved surprisingly by words.
I don't think
But
I
the
want
party
to be
clearly
Sinclair.
needs a break before the great arms deal that is happening tomorrow night. So they split ways as Inu and Sinclair are going on a dinner run, while Desmond heads into one of the deeper recesses of the Atomco building to try and find some evidence.
Excuse me, it's Desmond and Mo.
Desmond and Mo, thank you. Everyone forgets the ape. Also, the fan isn't too loud. Just check.
instead of Desmond and Co, it's Desmond and Mo.
Yes, because Sinclair and Inu are gone. They are the co. But either way, where have they gone?
To a diner.
Indeed. The old diner. Of all the choices you had, this one was probably the most reasonable to try and get some food. It is an old place. First floor of a skyscraper on the border of downtown, Little Norway. And Sinclair, this was the place that you actually had the knowledge of. It's
I believe so.
it's just enough on the way to find it, but like just out of the way of all the chaos of downtown. Almost quiet. Why would you have liked it?
Well, exactly as you just said. It's quiet.
I suppose that is a good point.
Probably not a lot of people going in and out. Quite
Indeed.
spacious.
And what's more, as you sort of make your way towards it, as the thunder starts to come overhead and the rain starts to come down, it's painfully normal. It's a place where random people's lives converge. Kind of Waffle Housey vibes with the tile floors and the sort of older paint job. And there's a little bit of a dinner rush right now. So there's like 15 or so people here, a family here, a couple of restaurant workers there. It's a little later in the evening. So, how do you enter?
Through the door.
Indeed.
Was there a different answer you expected?
No, you know what I meant metaphorically.
Not rhetorically.
Oh, well, obviously we
Oh, that was
open the
very
door and then we
serious.
go through the doorway specifically.
Indeed. But considering the rather adventurous life you've had, it's quite interesting to see probably a hint of what was before your dad got rich,
The
before
mundaneness of walking through a door.
everything happened, Sinclair. What do you do?
Is there an open booth?
You got several options. You got the booths.
Well, actually,
you
first,
got
is
the
this one of the
bar.
place? Is this a place where you can just go and get a seat, or do you need to be seated?
They got waiters, but you often could seat yourself if there's room. Who the fuck is going to get a reservation here? Let's be real.
Well, no,
Well,
someplace
it's
you
not
don't
that you
have to
need a
get
re-
arrested.
Yeah,
Like
like,
every time
It's
we go to
something as
IHOP.
simple like
I was about to say
Yeah.
IHOP or Red Robin. When we go there, we have to get seated. We don't just pick where we sit.
yeah.
Oh, the double T.
It's an older non-chain restaurant, so you sit where you want, and a waiter will eventually deal with you right quick.
In that case,
You either have the bar or an older booth with maybe one slightly cut up seat. It's your choice.
are there
Ma-
people around the booth?
Rolling for luck.
Not sure which way is going to mean what, but all right.
Yeah, I was just
3.
saying,
I don't know what that means.
Clearly, that
Three,
means there's exactly 3 people.
The thing is that there's not many people around that booth, but that's because it's kind of in the corner by the bathroom.
Perfect.
It's a little bit busted. One of the windows is being patched up. There's no rain licking it, thankfully, but it's got a little bit of old-timey crust to it.
Sinclair will go over there and sit on the worst of whichever side is.
Ooh. And what have you do?
I will sit on the opposite side.
Fantastic.
They sit in a different booth.
No.
Awkwardly realize, oh shit, right, this booth.
I'm not that dense.
Indeed. And
Do
for
not shake the soda.
oh no, you're fine. You both make it in, and though there is a slight sound of poured coffee at 8 p.m. and sound of possibly a fryer in the background, you finally have some silence to yourselves.
Ugh.
It's still the same day, right?
It's
so.
still the same day as, the whole experiment with Bernie and the attack with Dr. Sin.
Oh man, the last 2 sessions have all been in one day.
Yeah, that's
Indeed.
why I asked, because I was like, let me check.
It has been a long fucking day. After a couple of days of break after he showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Although that was the day before, I think. It's been a very long,
Week.
yes. And you've only got 2 or 3 days. Actually, I think either tomorrow or the day after is when he'll come back.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Well, today's been a stupidly long day.
You're telling me. As Sinclair just has both his elbows on the table, with his chin resting on one of the hands.
If dating app music would be playing now, it would be playing
No.
right now.
I also like how I
chill.
cannot physically imagine what position you just said. I was like, okay, huh? Like, is
I
it
guess
like
leaning
fingers
on one.
intertwined? Like,
No.
on the middle.
No, only one arm up.
Okay, there we go. Because I was just saying, that seems quite the dainty pose for Sinclair.
Oh yes.
There he is. I'll just place you both here,
I
probably.
gotta zoom. My chair just vibrated and it scared the crap out of me.
Oh, I didn't know you had a vibrating chair.
I don't. Not when it's not plugged in. It doesn't vibrate. It just plays noise. Not that you have to tell me, but how are you holding up after all of everything?
Well, same old, still being forced to become a CEO of a company I don't feel like running.
Yeah. I would apologize for that, but I can't really say that that's my fault because I'm also being forced to.
Yes, you're
To
being
a
forced to be around me. I know.
I was more referring to the whole thing of having to run a company that I don't have any clue of how to do, while also not being allowed to run said company.
That too.
If anything, being around you was more of a breath of fresh air, considering I wasn't really around other people before now.
That, and you're a lot different from the other members of your family.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
And
But of course.
there's and as you have that little nice bit of quietness, it never lasts. And it never lasts because there's a waiter beside you. Hey! Welcome to Sinclair. What would you remember the name of the diner? What would you call it? Like you probably call it the diner, but like it probably has some name.
You should call it Duck Diner.
No.
Is that already used? I feel like that's
No,
already used.
that's the joke. It's a joke about Duck Dynasty.
Fine, fine. It's
No, Skylar can name it.
Daring Duck Diner?
DDD. Wonderful.
Daring Duck Diner. He's got like
Triple
this
So,
he's got this soda jerk.
Dodgers?
Welcome to DDD. How can I serve you?
He's got this
Duck
soda jerk outfit, but the hat has a little orange bill like a duck. But you know, he looks like your average 5 out of 10 dude, kind of wouldn't really make sense.
Average
to
hooded figure.
Remember? Yes, exactly. As he goes, all right. So, welcome to the Daring Duck Diner, home of the best burgers in town. How can I help you both today?
Sinclair will look over to Inu. What is it you want?
Hey, Clutch, what's on the menu?
It is your average diner. You can get breakfast items, you can get your typical like hot dogs, hamburgers. They probably have fried chicken, but you really don't want to try it. And then of course they got a couple of pie types. Nothing special, nothing really direct. You're surprised this guy is being very characteristic about the place he's working. Nobody wants to be here except for you two, weirdly.
Maybe that's why he's happy. It's like, people actually willingly came into this place? I gotta treat
Well,
them good. What if they
I didn't
actually have money?
I didn't have to tie up their legs and drag them in. That's normally my job.
Boss, I could put the lasso away!
Boss, I don't have to use the chloroform.
You just came over with a lasso and you just assumed, oh, it's that type of place? Oh, God.
Oh my.
I guess like a French toast like breakfast with, well, I would hope French toast. And then eggs and...
I'd like French toast
bacon.
without the French toast.
No, I've had that happen before.
So have I.
They asked me, do you want to replace the French toast? No.
I have told you a story
I
about...
asked for that specifically.
I've told you a story about when I got a cheeseburger and they asked, do you want cheese on that?
Oh yeah, that
I
happened.
said cheeseburger. I would have said hamburger.
Literally.
I think I
Hamburger.
mentioned
Anyways.
the short story about going to Chick-fil-A and getting a freaking burger. I don't know how.
I remember one of my friends telling me about going to an A&W and then ordering a root beer float. And it took them 10 minutes to find out what it was incorporated into a root beer float
God.
in a root beer style restaurant.
Oh
No.
my god.
I want to go there.
It's okay.
I like root
I
beer.
have free
what can I
root beer
say?
one day. That's why I went.
I know.
Anyways,
Anyway, Sinclair will get
Anyways,
whatever
as you
number
sort-
4 is, and a coffee.
Ah, that's an excellent choice from the madam. And yeah, I'll get you a number 4 right away, sir. Anyways, but I'll get you drinks first. As he sort of walks away, you know what? Perception or investigation check from either one of you.
Only one of us or both?
Could be both, but
I have good. Yeah, I was say if it's just one of us, I have a decent insight.
Insight? I thought you said
Sure.
investigation.
I
That's-
suppose insight could also
yeah.
work here too.
I was
can
trying to say
help.
investigation because I don't have a good insight. I have a +2.
Assistant.
Oh, plus 6
Investigation then.
Yeah, no, I'm doing investigation. Roll
whichever
20.
you
Stop going to
wish.
intimidate. No, roll 20. Move my mouse up to intimidate.
Fuck you.
You said help.
Yeah.
All right, let me make sure I turn it. Advantage on
16.
16.
16. I'll say what Sinclair spots because it's what helps in this situation. You
Yeah.
notice how he said, wonderful choice for the lovely lady, and then yours was a little more mundane. And Inu,
Mhm.
as he turns around, you do notice his eyes are still on you a little bit as he walks away. That's weird.
Great.
Yeah, Sinclair's used to it.
Nonetheless, silence
Shoot,
again.
I actually have to figure out how to act like this because I'm not a person who's dealt with a situation like that.
Mm. First time for everything. Just
I'm
everything
usually-
could be in D&D.
Well, that's kind of the problem. Usually I am the one who is ignored or brushed off. I'll figure it out.
Nonetheless,
I-
silence again.
I doubt it. But how are you in the case of betting?
As in, is the couch
Like-
good enough?
No, not betting. Betting, like money.
I mean, it's just a matter of luck. Never really had an
It
interest
is.
in it.
I do have a reason of saying this. How much do you want to bet that the lovely waiter is going to end up asking for my number by the end of this?
Sinclair looks to Inu, then slightly looks over towards where the server went.
He's just going into the kitchen to give us orders.
Then looks back to Inu.
Slap it up on this thing.
Well, you thought they were interested in you.
Not necessarily. But I'm bored. And he seemed a bit too happy. He seemed a bit too happy to walk over here. And his response to you was relatively flat, whereas to mine he seemed weirdly chipper. So it's one of two things. Either A, interest. B, potentially how I look. And I don't really have a C. The C's just they're being weird. I
So what, I'm
guess.
guessing you're gonna bet that they are going to give you, or ask you.
Eh. Why not?
And I guess I'm doing the opposite. Wouldn't work if we did the same thing, now would it?
No.
But what is being bad is the question.
Whether the server will ask for Inu's number by the end of this.
Oh
It's
yes,
more
but what is
What
the
are we betting? Is
Oh!
it money or something else?
I don't know. You asked.
I want to make the slight joke of whoever loses has to pay.
Man, that's a good question. I have no money. I probably
That's
should.
kind of
Never run any
that's
down,
kind of the
though.
joke.
if you have background cash about I'd say one gold piece is about $10.
Yeah,
Alright, cool. I'll put 10 platinum for dollars.
I'll put 10 platinum for dollars.
The
I don't feel like
strongest
calculating it, I
$20
just
bet
know I
you've
have-
ever wanted.
You know, they used to just give you waters when they first come over.
Yeah. Believe it.
Things have changed a lot since I left.
Would you say it was for the better or worse, or just nothing really changed, or
Do you-
nothing?
Do you prefer not getting water when you're seated?
Well, let's just say this. With most of the places that my lovely family like to take me, it's not just water that they bring, and I can't drink it because I can't have any sort of citrus. Because it would kill me.
What, to put lemon in the
most-
water right away?
If they want to call it lemon water, sure. It doesn't inherently look like water. It is an off color. And it bothers my sense of smell. I still don't know what it is. Because at first I thought it was some form of alcohol. It's just some weird fancy stuff that's unneeded. So the food in those places I can't eat, technically.
Never really had that.
Yeah, it's just the joys of having dog-like mutations, I guess.
I mean, I never even had a family to take me places.
Yeah, that is fair.
That guy we ran into before is the reason my parents are dead.
Yeah, I picked up on that. I assume one day you plan on killing him, if given the chance?
Given the chance, I would have done it right then and there.
Well, that's why I specified it that way.
It's not all bad, though. Didn't have to get held back by parents or anything growing up.
Yeah.
And on the topic of child murder,
Except there wasn't that. Specifically,
What?
there wasn't that.
fine parental murder. I
There you
worded it
go.
wrong.
What? Your mind!
Not-
No
what-
one
what-
talks
Ugh.
about children being killed.
He was a
What's
child,
the-
and there was murder. He was not the one to be murdered.
What is the opposite of filicide? Patricide? Patricide, probably.
I don't
On the
think that's
topic of-
right, but sure.
Patricide is dad. Mom. Mom was an accident.
Parental side?
Possibly.
How about just How about just impromptu
Just homicide.
orphan.
Homicide is good.
Orphaning.
Yes,
orphaning?
orphaning. Nonetheless,
Why is he
the
at the window?
waiter is here.
Why is he in the
again.
window?
My God, he's been around all along. He's 7 feet tall. No,
Hey.
he has slightly slicked back his hair as
my
he
God.
provides his drinks. And just to get that right, we're having you, my dear lady, are having the French toast and eggs, and you're having the fried chicken, yeah?
No, the number 4. That is clearly the burger.
Ah, that's right. I'll make sure that that's fixed up. But of course, I would recommend the fried chicken myself since, well, it's my favorite on the menu.
I'll think
But,
about it.
exactly, you should think about that. Anyways, drinks are here. I'll be sure to get you your meals soon.
Sinclair will stare at his coffee.
How do you take your coffee?
I said he stares at it.
He stares
No,
with
I
the
mean,
eyes.
no, how do you take your coffee? Cream, sugar.
Oh!
You big...
How do you take it? Do you
Fool.
take it with a pill?
I mean, do they bring it out blackened? Do you have to put the stuff in, or do they bring it out as is?
They bring it out with the with just black, but it's got like a little cup of cream and
Okay.
a bowl of sugar cubes.
Okay. Only one thing of cream, one little sugar cube. But he is gonna look and just see, is this normal coffee, or is there something happened to this coffee?
I was gonna ask to do the same for my drink. I don't even remember what it was.
What would you have chosen? Just for shits and giggles.
I was tempted to say water.
They give it a single orange slice on it. No.
Ew.
Oh, great! I can't drink that. No, I'd say like, shoot, what is it called?
Soda?
Just,
Tea?
I guess I'm just gonna
Chocolate
say tea
milk?
because I was just. I can't have chocolate.
Vanilla milk?
I don't think they can have vanilla either.
Strawberry milk?
I don't know if dogs
Ew.
can even have milk.
They can and can't. They're both lactose intolerant, but can eat cheese.
They can, but shouldn't.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, what sort of check would this be to stare into the coffee?
Same with drink.
Very well then. I guess that would be perception checks for the both of you.
Oh boy!
Crap.
Bam!
Mm,
That's coffee.
that
That's
sure is
why.
coffee.
A fly
I-
flips out of it.
Mm. Yeah, it's got a little something on it. The drink up.
Man, I wish I had my
14.
14.
As for you, turns out that you ordered like a soda. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little scoop of vanilla ice cream in it. I got you
Mm-hmm.
a float for free.
Can I look at the menu and see how much a regular float would be if, like, it wasn't just impromptu given to me for free?
The soda's about $2. Not bad.
Mm-hmm.
The float is about $5.
What about
Okay.
free refills?
What about free real?
How much are the free refills?
Are the
Yeah.
refills for free, or do you have to pay? Is it charged? Because the root beer
It's like
might not be free. The root beer float might not be free refill,
Yeah.
but the normal
Uh,
root beer might be.
That is true.
And if you could ask for a refill, he might charge you for the root beer float.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Gotta think about these things.
That is indeed a good question, but he has given you a deluxe version. Is it a trap? Is it a con?
Feels heavily like a freaking trap.
Or is it
Sinclair
a compliment?
will look to
Let's hope it
Inu.
isn't laced.
Exactly.
Sinclair will look to Inu. I'll play a prank on him.
How can I help?
Sinclair will slide the coffee over to Inu.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Inu might get it, but Taz doesn't.
Swap the
You
drink,
switch
see
the
how he
drinks.
reacts.
Okay. I should have gotten myself something with caffeine in it.
Well,
I'm
here's
not
your
tired,
coffee.
but it helped.
Actually,
No.
you know what? If you're
I do
switching
want to
them,
do that now.
interestingly
Okay.
enough,
Mm-hmm.
you see that
Mhm.
there's a... Sinclair didn't see it, but you do, Taz. There's a little splotch of something right in the middle of the coffee.
Okay.
Did he fucking spit in his coffee?
That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm. Inu looks at it and just kind of gives Sinclair that look of, oh yeah.
I was gonna
It's like,
say
oh
to
yeah, you
drink
did
it.
something.
You
Oh no. You do.
What did you do?
No, it's just more giving the look of, I thought something like this happened. Because, like, basically just...
Why
Wait,
would
And just to be
I
clear,
love hearing
Sinclair's
Joey in the background.
Sinclair's not gonna.
What?
Neither of us are gonna drink this.
Yeah.
Where's the hostility? I get the nonchalant attitude, but where's this hostility coming from?
Well, because he's trying to get the girl, and the guy's in the
Yeah,
way.
yeah, but
He's
you don't
trying to-
treat the dude like an asshole.
Man, this
Some
guy
people are just
sucks. He's with the
assholes.
woman that I want. I'm gonna
Let me-
spit in his
Let me
food.
go steal his girl and spit in his food.
I shit you not, sometimes that fucking happens.
Yeah, I believe you.
Yeah.
The thing that's funny is I seen a situation like this happen, and the guy was letting it happen, and then like eventually, the guy finally tried, like the server tried to get nice and ask the girl for her number, To which the guy stands up and is like, "Are you trying to ask out my sister?" And the guy looked awful. He's just like, "Oh god."
You just did it. You were trying to piss off the boyfriend. Nah, that's the brother. You stuck with him. You made a big mistake.
Hmm.
What made it
Well, either
even
way.
better, they weren't
Before-
siblings.
Before he may or may not come back, does the float have a straw?
The float indeed has a very silly-looking straw.
Okay.
Ew,
If
I hate
slash-
straws.
If slash
They
when he
don't
does
work.
come
They
back,
look good though.
if slash when he comes back, Sinclair's not going to drink from it, but he's going to make it look like he's drinking from the float.
With the silly straw.
Yeah.
With the soul straw.
Oh boy.
He's not actually going to drink, but he's going to make him think he is.
Insider investigation checks from the both of you.
Insider investigation, great.
Investigation.
Ooh,
Where'd my sheet go? There it is.
I'm
It's at the bottom
somehow
of my thing.
insightful.
Alrighty. You do see
Ta-
as he's
Taz
walking
needs to
by,
roll.
No,
Never
he's
mind.
sort of smiling, but
no.
as he notices you're sipping the drink, his smile sort of fades a little bit, at least in the eyes,
At least in the eye.
as he
The
does
little
have
glint in his eyes.
your food. And the difference, if it wasn't clear in the drinks, is palpable when he brings the French toast and the eggs. The eggs look fluffy. The French toast has powdered sugar on top of it and a sterling glass of maple syrup to pour over it. And for you, Sinclair,
Mm-hmm.
the burger does look like you remembered it. And the burgers here never looked great.
No.
They tasted okay. But, like, it's a little nasty patty looking. And as for the fries, what's your passive perception?
Oh, 12.
Just like, what you ask us this every session. It has
I
not
know.
changed.
I know, it's to give myself a break to get an idea. Is that you can't tell if one of them is burnt in the fries or if that's a cigarette.
I was just like, how the hell?
Like a burnt out one is like, sorry, the chef was having some problems with yours, bud. But as for yours, I made sure to get it nice and special.
Does this guy not see
Yeah.
how jacked Sinclair is?
Yeah.
No, he's wearing his big
No,
jacket.
He's wearing a hoodie.
He's wearing a
Yeah.
hoodie.
He's wearing a hoodie. You can't see
Not
nothing.
Remember?
only does he have a
Keep on
passive
assuming.
perception, he's a commoner. Passive perception 10, wearing the baggy clothes. So he doesn't see any of that. He just assumes that this beautiful, stylish gal who's been wearing the same clothes for the past 5 sessions is with this dump
I'll
of a
have
dude.
you
That is
know, I have
untrue.
multiple of this.
That is actually
That is
untrue.
True.
Yeah.
He has had multiple outfit changes against her will.
The multiple outfit changes, but half of them look the same.
Well,
No,
yeah,
no,
we're in a
you were so
cartoon.
Called up for the fucking thing, and then
Yeah,
you got
the
it dirty, and we had to
gala,
change it
right,
again.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Okay,
Either
I'm
way.
going to mute
Okay.
because I'm going to make some food because you guys are eating, and now I'm hungry.
Uh-huh.
Nonetheless, I hope you enjoy your meals, and if you want dessert, or perhaps the bill, I could provide that to you shortly.
Mm.
Enjoy your
Yep.
meal.
Right.
Gives a bit of a bow. He's trying to walk backwards by bowing. I'm gonna roll.
Please tell
something.
me he trips. I really so badly want him to trip. I hate that Joey's not here. We could easily ask Joey to make
gosh.
him trip.
like,
No.
He manages to turn around and back off as. Well, here's your food. Here's hoping that's pretty good.
Should I
But-
incite the burger?
The
Please
inside burger? Sure.
Me feels I should incite the burger.
I feel
No.
like your food is unsafe. Oh, can I incite his burger?
Sure.
Can I try? Because I forgot my prior roll.
Sure, you can certainly try.
Our
Can I
insights are not
investigate the
great.
burger instead?
Sure. Also,
I don't want to intimidate the burger. I want to investigate. the
I'd like to
burger.
intimidate the
Why?
burger.
Stop.
you know, as you cut the burger open,
It's a
the
freaking
outside-
bomb.
the middle outside of it is bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
Center of it, a little hard to cut, frozen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at least you know the food's
As-
fresh, but it's not.
As for the fries, definitely smells like cigarettes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
As for you, Inu, it takes you a little while of eating to realize, there's something stuck to the bottom of the plate. Is that a receipt or something?
Both of you to assume that I just eat when I know Sinclair very clearly and I would not let him eat that. I'm
Alrighty.
sharing.
Aw.
Oh.
What, is Inu gonna move over to the other booth so that they're next to each other?
Yep. I'll ask
Ooh.
first.
Sinclair will let you.
And it's like, yeah, you're not eating that.
I didn't plan on.
So it's the
Feel
two of you
uncomfortable.
that discover that something is attached to the bottom of the plate.
You know, I'm just
Mhm.
gonna do this for simplicity for your end.
Ooh, spicy.
Ooh. No.
They
I-
moved 5 feet one direction.
Yeah, let's say no, they move.
Yeah, very spicy.
The spiciest.
The spiciest of movement. 5 feet.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Mm.
we notice
Mhm.
what owned the.
This little it's on receipt paper, but it's been scribbled down in rather flowery cursive. Could you read cursive?
Sinclair can.
No, to say jokes on you. I as Tazzy cannot.
All right, but
But
Sinclair
I'm sure
can.
Inu would be able to.
Yeah.
Inu can also read it.
All right. It says, "I have 1 hour until my shift ends, and I know this dump of a man doesn't interest you. Here's my number. Will you meet me? Yes, no." He wrote yes, no on the paper
As if they're gonna give it back to him in front of Sinclair.
like a middle schooler. What is this man?
Inu kind of has to cover her mouth to keep herself from laughing. It's not visible from his, if the guy were to be looking from his perspective, but Sinclair would obviously see that Inu's trying not to laugh.
Oh no, Sinclair would let out
Like
a
the
small
tears
snort.
are on the side of your eyes. Just oh god.
He's hoping that you circle it and leave it when you leave. So that way when he cleans up the plate, I'm surprised he didn't. I saw one of those things where it's like it says they said like I know you know I like you or something. Would you want to go out? Circle yes or yes, and the girl went and circled
Or.
the no in the word I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I mean, it's better than other ways I've seen. I.e., someone had a sketchbook. Person said, "Can I borrow that?" Rips out a piece of paper from the person's sketchbook, writes the note, throws it at them, and then quickly runs away, causing a scene.
See, the thing is, when I was in high school, I tried to draw people to do that, but then I just realized I like drawing people.
Just like drawing people.
Just like, portraits are interesting. I'm going to do this for the next 10 years.
Fair.
Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
I
you
don't
have a
know
little
whether
bit of time. What scheme will you brew?
Man, I don't know whether to feel bad for the guy or laugh at him the moment he walks over.
Well, if anything, why don't you go?
Mm?
Let him see that you're truly not interested.
Fair point. But that does lead to a slight question. I mean, I was the one who invited you, so shouldn't I at least give you this stuff so you can pay for it?
I mean, I can simply pay regardless.
Okay, just
Or you know
wanted
what?
to say it.
Here, you win. Now use my money to pay.
Ooh.
As Sinclair will just give the betting money.
Alrighty.
Give the betting money.
You now have 2 gold.
Wow.
Yay, money!
Yeah, money.
I like a banana.
And I'm
Wow,
back where I
good show.
was. Perfect.
Back where
Alright.
Probably do have more money than that. I just don't even care
Where
to
did you
keep
get
track.
that money from? I forget.
That one, my background probably because it was a custom one. It could be
Oh, okay.
whichever.
That's the
Yeah.
last $20 bill you ever had from your parents. No,
No.
Oh,
trauma money. My
No.
favorite.
here you go. Here's
Right,
my dad's favorite $20 bill.
No,
Nico,
you were given going out money.
There we go.
Probably. That's
Yeah.
probably
See
what
this-
it is. It's
You
Chris.
see this $20 bill, my boy? This was my first dollar bill I ever got. And it
By
has
the
a
way,
20 on
someone's
it.
knocking at the door. Who is it? That's the last conversation.
God.
Now, my son, go take this dollar bill and go in the closet. I'll be with you shortly.
Yes.
I'll be with you
It will
shortly.
probably be alright, as long as the guy isn't a murderous lightning man. Oh, no!
I remember my dad's last words. Oh, was he calling out to you? No, he said, no, my 20!
But either way, I presume, Inu, you go out into the rain?
Yeah,
I mean, we have an hour.
Indeed.
yeah.
We can
Oh,
eat.
that's right.
Yeah.
After, just when, like, the guy would be coming around to, like, get the bill, I just sneakily
Dip.
leave.
Indeed. And you know what? For having half a meal and the world's worst waiter, you have a pretty good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were bullying bullying and
We still
talking about
are.
the guy behind his back the whole time. Yeah.
Mutual hate, the finest way to make yourself have compassion for someone. And
mean, at
while
this
I
point, we
do
have, like,
something
3
with
though.
food, you can banter some more.
Ooh, Benter.
Banter.
You know, I've just realized it was a mistake to look out the windows.
Yeah.
I didn't actually notice what was around us until now.
Yeah. I looked at it a little bit ago. I was like, oh, lovely. It's one of those because the thing is, everyone who's like does random builds has that
Yeah.
one flat world that just has a whole bunch of random builds.
Mm-hmm.
I usually have to black out my windows if I use them for like references and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
For like drawing art pieces. What made you
So-
choose the scythe as your weapon?
Oh, that's
Oh no,
actually.
you saw out the windows.
I actually don't remember who it was, but there was someone else who came up with the name Reaper. And, well, the Grim Reaper used a scythe, so thought I'd go with it as all. Might have
Does
just been
make
a random
sense.
passerby who called me that the first time around. Didn't even have a name at first.
And I guess it just kind of stuck for you.
Yeah.
It could have been Bernie, but you're not exactly
It
sure.
could have been Bernie.
I was tempted to say Bernie, but I didn't want to. I like
I
the-
mean, Bernie came up with Reaper, but came up with Johnny Quick.
Well,
To be
no,
fair, Reaper
except
is also incredibly generic.
except
Yeah, but
Bernie.
It's better than
It is,
Johnny
it's
Quick.
better.
Except Bernie
Yeah,
doesn't
it's
say
better.
Reaper. He says the Dark Reaper.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah, I mean,
So it can't
to
be
a degree,
Bernie.
like,
Indeed.
You were about
to
to
a
say
degree, that's
something?
kind of
There
how
you go.
my name came to be, but it's not as interesting or cool.
Does Sinclair know Japanese?
Is Sinclair enough of an edgelord to learn
Oh, I-
Japanese?
Probably not.
You don't have to. I mean,
I
to
know
be
you
fair,
don't,
technically you
but-
can also put 2 and 2 together. Shiba Inu.
Yeah, that.
Nah, he's not
also
that smart.
Fair enough.
He has a 12 in intelligence, I think.
Yeah, he's not smart enough to know what a dog name
Yes,
means.
that
That a specific dog name means something dog.
Yeah, I'll say that doesn't mean anything. You could be as smart as you want. You could still be stupid in some
But-
You know what?
circumstances.
As a human,
By
you
that
get
logic-
2 languages. Do you want this one to be
No.
Japanese?
So
No.
you get
Okay.
2.
But by
Just
that
be
logic, you can look at a Cocker Spaniel and go, oh, they're based on cocks.
Yes. Find it.
Just don't look at the Shizu.
The Shih Tzu.
Oh no.
So the consensus is no, that he wouldn't know, or did we
No,
not
he would
give
not
any-
know what Japanese is. He doesn't know
He
what
knows
Japanese
what
is.
Japan is.
I know what Japan is. So
He's
what about
heard
the
of
language?
Japan.
So what about the language? Do you have a language?
So they just speak Korean.
They just speak Korean.
You speak
No, I thought they all
English,
spoke
please.
Asian.
Oh, God.
Oh god, yeah.
No,
that.
you speak
Oh,
the
God.
universal language, English.
Namekian?
Temekian. My name. Shoot, I gotta relook at it. Is it puppy or is it just dog?
It just means dog.
Okay, I thought so. If you were to look up my name in Japanese, it just means dog.
What, so pup was literally on the nose?
Yeah, pretty much.
Got it.
Speaking of that, is there a specific reason why you refer to me as that specifically, or just because? I don't have a problem with it, I'm just curious.
Well, again, the dog ears and tail. You're basically a dog. Sometimes you act like one. The options were either pup or bitch. Which one do you want?
Noted. I don't need two people calling me that.
Nonetheless, as you find a consensus, you find that your meal is growing low, and you know that the waiter is growing near. What kind of plan were you aiming to put
Why
into
are you
effect?
making him seem like this freaking boss? The
My
waiter
God.
approaches.
My
like
God,
fucking-
it wasn't Voltaic who killed him. It was the waiter all along.
I mean, do we need to do anything? We're currently sharing a booth and a meal right now.
It's like freaking. Do you remember Sweet Life of Zack and Cody when they got superpowers?
Yes.
It's like when Mr.
Exactly,
Mosby
yeah.
made him the bellboy.
Man,
Oh my
Yes.
god.
but nonetheless, I take it that by the time you're coming back, you're still both sidling up against each other.
Well, yeah, why would we move back to the other booth?
Yeah.
Indeed. And I want to roll something. Is he not going to notice this?
It's a 3.
He sort of looks to you two with a little bit of picks it up. And he literally peels the little sticker off, checks it. Oh, I didn't know this was here. What does it say? Have you answered anything?
Alright, which one would be better? Circling or circling no? Or what is it? There was like another insulting thing, like just what is it? Just adding a whole nother like response, just saying absolutely not.
I'm engaged, and
Gay.
or you just turn it into an origami.
No, because
That
that
one.
could be seen as the
That
origami
one's
one.
way too weeby.
Yeah, it's the same. Just all of the above.
You take it apart, you pull it apart, and spell it out like with the words like one of the abduction letters.
I want to do that one.
Alrighty. So you have to use a little bit of
it
ketchup
on a
to put it
napkin.
onto place.
Yeah.
So he sort of looks at it, looks and just goes, I'll get the bill.
The fuck?
He's gonna charge you
As-
for that root beer float.
He is, and as he walks away, Inu or Sinclair,
Hi.
Either you could make me a perception check or an insight check.
Can it be an
Both are awful.
investigation?
Sure, but
I'm
it
gonna-
is something you have to hear.
I'm gonna help Inu.
Oh, wait. I think I have advantage on this because dog.
Yes, yes, you do.
Dog!
Yay.
Never mind, I will not need to help you. Which means I can roll my own
Investigation?
thing.
Was it
Bam!
investigation?
I mean, Clutch didn't say it, but he said
Yeah,
yes when I
that's
asked.
why I was asking.
It feels like
Okay.
it's more perception than anything.
Well, I'd still have advantage on it regardless. I can try
You can try.
with my +0.
19.
19.
Not like I'd want to hydrant piss muty anyway. That is what he says.
Sinclair.
Word for word.
knew
Under his breath.
Sinclair will nudge
Like a-
Inu.
Yeah, I heard it.
Go tell him yes.
What?
Go tell him yes.
Oh, I know what you want to do. Meet him up later,
Mm-hmm.
and then kick his ass.
Well, maybe not that.
Nah, you gotta kick his ass. I mean, Desmond would have done horrible things to him if he was there.
Oh yeah. Okay. How far
Desmond
did
would have ruined that man's life in ways. He wouldn't have physically beat him up or anything, but he would have ruined his life in so many ways.
Sync will also say one other thing. Plus, it'll probably undercharge some things.
It definitely would. How much should I go into it though?
However much you feel comfortable.
All right.
Oh,
Interesting.
Desmond's voice. Say he saw and he made you do it when you messed up the letter, so that way he wouldn't be onto it.
Oh. I was so confused
Same.
at what you mean. You said what?
No, the whole.
No, I know what
Desmond
you
is
meant.
watching
Saying
this.
that Sync was the one to mess up the letter.
Basically saying he made you do
Yeah,
it
yeah.
or yada yada.
No, I'm gonna make it better. He did it while I went to the bathroom.
Yeah, that's true.
I did not get up once.
Oh.
However, he doesn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyways.
You know,
So-
will get up and at least go. I assume he's either by the bar or just like.
Apparently it's at a booth.
He is currently moving back. You catch him just as he's about to go into the kitchen. It's his perfect time.
Yeah, perfect. Anyway. Yeah, hey, yeah, excuse me. I just wanted to apologize for the basically playing it
Oh.
up gestures at Sinclair.
For,
I tried to hide it when I went to the bathroom. Guess he saw it. You know. I mean, just like you said in the letter, he's kind of a, you know.
yeah, a lughead, yeah. But no, it's fine. I'm surprised it worked.
I mean, why wouldn't it? You're quite charming.
He's like, really? And you can see he's got like one rotten tooth. Fucking dipshit ass grin on his face.
Give me a second, I actually gagged.
Oh no.
Yeah.
My tongue like tried to kill me.
Oh
Bleeding and
god.
everything.
That's no.
It just as soon as you heard it, the psychic damage tried to take you out.
It did. I need a drink. A sparkling drink with carbonation going up my nose.
No, you need
Ah,
a
yes.
tall glass of Sinclair.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
The hoodie stays on. But it
God.
the hoodie stays on in the bedroom.
But either way,
That goes for
what do you
both of
think?
them.
Yes. Nonetheless, as you're sort of talking with him and sort of organizing this rendezvous, Sinclair,
Huh?
you're sitting,
Uh-huh.
you're chilling.
Uh-huh.
Your eyes are sort of occasionally drifting out to the rainy streets because you caught just before the torrent would be coming down. The torrent that's going to be on for the next 2 or 3 days.
And that's a weird sight out these windows. Super flat
is.
world, all these random buildings.
Man, the
Is that a
sky looks so clear
cactus?
for rain.
Is that a cactus? Is that house upside down with the ground? That's weird. But either way,
Is that Herobrine?
Whoa.
wow, I can't believe Australia is on here. Nonetheless, it's thundering. It's lightninging. For a brief flash. For the slightest hint of the lightning before the thunder immediately comes down, you see him.
Hey.
Ew.
And then, as the thunder sort of continues and the dark rain sort of continues, is he still there? Did you see him? Was he real, or was that just... What?
The moment he saw it, Sink would immediately stand up and slam his hands on the table, looking where he saw.
That, interestingly, as you sort of do that, the slam on the table, the shaking of the dish is still on it. Entire place goes silent. Everyone sort of looks at you. Even shitty waiter dude.
I love his name.
Man, I love that name on his name tag.
I'm gonna say his name is...
You should make it.
I've already used
No,
Steve.
so-
I've already
Yeah,
used Larry.
Gary. No. Stu.
Dennis.
Have I used Stu before?
Well, I mean,
No,
not
I
in this
used-
game.
Was Stu... I guess...
We just need like a little booklet of generic character names for whenever we make up a character that we'll never see.
Darren.
again.
Darren. He looks like a fucking Darren, honestly.
I'm sorry to all Darrens who could be watching this right now. You're lovely people.
Indeed. Most of you are lovely people. but
Except for
sometimes
you.
need a
Specifically
Darren.
you, Darren.
Yes,
All the others
you,
are fine,
Darren.
but
You
you.
know what you did.
Darren number 53.
Yes, they're all clones. Anyways. Silence.
Right now, Sinclair has a look in his eyes that could kill. If looks could kill.
Out the window. Well, Inu, what do you do?
I'm up on the light fixture.
Like a monkey.
You're up on light fixture. The calmest voice ever. I am gonna go check on Sinclair.
All right, you just immediately drop your conversation with Darren.
No. I tell him to go hurry up and finish his shift. I stick with
Okay,
the
okay.
plan. Basically, I'm
plan.
just gonna be like, I'm gonna. It's like while you finish up your shift, I'm gonna go see what the hell's wrong with him and distract him.
Oh, right. See you later, my princess.
Oh.
Oh my god! I need to be back for that one.
Ow.
Oh, I got
I
it in
will
my
be
mouth.
back.
Oh, the words shouldn't have left my mouth. Oh, that hurt. Oh, God.
Okay, you need to tell Desmond about this boy.
Don't you worry.
I mean, it's on the least of your problems right now. Let's
Oh,
be real.
it's a simple fix.
Yeah.
I'm going to fuck with his. I am going to abuse my shapeshifting powers. This man will not recover.
Might not recover
My
from what
God,
Sinclair
his
is doing.
bit- His entire nether regions are missing.
No. I'm going to ruin him financially.
Oh, that's even worse.
I'm going to make sure he can never get a job again.
Yeah, I mean, you saw what he did to the meal he just gave. Well, you didn't see it, but you'll hear.
Indeed.
Hell, I might get him arrested for something.
I might get him arrested or something. Oh, I like that I got up just to grab myself a mint and I could hear everything. It's like, you guys need to tell Desmond.
Desmond must destroy this man.
Well, yeah, of course I'm gonna tell Des.
But you
Indeed. But
you said
anyway,
Inu goes back to the table.
yes.
I'm going to leave his fingerprints everywhere.
Oh god. I'll do it for you. I'll just Right over here. There we go.
Yeah.
Without touching Sinclair, I just kind of follow his gaze and then just, in a very calm voice, see something or someone.
Second, I saw him.
Do you think it was actually him?
Don't know, but I can check. Not to mention we have to wait for him anyway. Might as well do something in the meantime.
True.
As after that, Sinclair will start heading towards the exit, assuming we have already paid.
It's
Yeah.
a decent thing. There's a 20% discount. What a coincidence. Anyways,
Oh.
What a coincidence!
and you shall eventually leave to an off-screen. Well, maybe there's one on-screen gag of this man being terrified of shit from now on. But nonetheless, you leave into the rain.
Mm-hmm.
The grandmother's house.
And the first thing Sync will do, I suppose, is try and get on the roof.
Wow, you're in the city. For you it's familiar, but for Inu it's kind of weird. You have to go to the service stairs and sort of make your way up while nobody's looking and stuff. What's your passive stealth?
15.
15. You've done this dozens of times.
Oh, more than dozens. Well, for this building, maybe.
Maybe for this building, you've only done it once or twice, but it's no old brownstone where you can take the fire exit up. But I mean, you just take one of the back things, you go into one of the places where the corner store bodega guy's asleep. You enter into the back places, and you take the stairs. And then you exit, you're on the roof.
I guess the first question has to be, is there anything else up here with us?
You're scouring pretty hard, I could take it.
Oh, yeah. He is on the lookout.
Your eyes are open, and you're trying to find something. It's one of those things where if you're looking for something hard enough, your mind sort of simulates little things about it. So almost a little bit you could hear his laugh, but as you look around and around, nothing. What do you do? Was he here? Was he hunting you?
Who knows?
Or are you finally going crazy, Sinclair?
But for safety, while he is still looking around, he is going to kneel down, open the briefcase that he always, of course, would bring with him, and start putting together his scythe just in case.
Better to be safe than sorry.
You never leave home without your trusty scythe.
Indeed.
Everyone should have one.
And, how are you responding to this whole deal?
I suppose while Sinclair is putting Scythe together, I am pseudo doing a little keeping watch sort of look around.
Indeed.
I mean, it's great we don't have perception.
I know, right?
None
You
of
know
us
what?
are wise.
I'm gonna have you make a investigation check for me right quick.
Ooh,
Alrighty.
that's a good one.
Mm.
Is it possible to be based off of smell or hearing?
You could do that,
Is
but it would be
good.
perception in that case.
Okay, fair enough.
So it's a trade-off, even wise.
That is true.
Even
Because, I mean, that's what my thing says even then.
Yeah.
I will do investigation. I did okay.
Oh,
Still a
no.
9.
9.
Man, you love rolling 9s, apparently.
Okay, you're trying to spot
It's
something.
with-
You're
I
trying
think
to
it's
with-
spot
Yeah. It's
anything,
with the
but
eyes.
there are
We
two
actually have done
things.
perception.
There are, I'll say, 3 things you can spot. One, if there was going to be evidence that a mysterious lightning man was here, there'd be scorch marks. You're not really seeing scorch marks. 2, if there was evidence, it's rare enough it'd be washed away rather quick. 3, is that an Atomco car going around?
Did you say car or card?
Van.
Okay,
We
great!
we recalled those.
You did.
You know, the immediate wait, does only Inu see it?
Yes.
Okay, well, I can't
I
say
mean,
anything in
even
that
then,
case.
Eno's just gonna be like, "Oh god, dang it!
What?
Another one of our cars is out and roaming again."
Is it not just Desmond?
Nope.
Whoever's driving that's getting fired.
Indeed. And as you're sort of moving out to try and deal with that,
Can we tell where it's heading towards?
it's just sort of moving south, and interestingly, considering where you are, which is right on the edge of Little Norway and downtown, it is heading on the roads towards Bluetown, interestingly.
Bluetown's way down there.
Yeah, so that's a distance. If it's driving there, it's driving intentionally. But as you are dealing with that, we cut away to a different place and a different time. Desmond. It's 6 months ago. Back when Atomov was still running things. Well, you were similarly running things to how you do now, but you know, he had more of a charismatic flair than Sync has, I'd say. And it's day 4 or 5 of Bernie's latest return. He had a sort of a cycle to him. You remember it well. He'd come back, have about 3 or 4 months where he's going cleaner, then realize he needs one thing, then another thing, then another thing. Eventually start going on dad built endeavors, which for an introvert like him, those parties being the only place you can get that's torture to him. So eventually his anxiety would buy out his stuff, and then he'd have to go cold turkey and come back to Adam. And it's day 5 of it. And it's been rough, but expectably rough. And I take it you know what to do at this point.
Yes.
And of course, Atomov sort of sets him to work, but I take it you do some of your own little flares to make sure that he's feeling a little safer, feeling a little sounder.
Mm-hmm.
Up to you, whichever those are, of course.
Yes. Are we at the past right now?
You are in 6 months ago.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I got a little lost in the.
Description, yes, my bad.
Yes. I got a little lost. I'm like, wait, are you describing memories of Inu, or is this me? What's happening here?
It's
Hello,
memories of
Desmond.
Desmond. It's memories of
Okay.
Desmond.
I missed the keyword of Desmond.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you missed it was your part.
It
Yes.
was at the start of it,
I'm
man.
talking about Bernie. I'm like, oh, you're talking about Bernie again. Oh, wait, is that me? Oh, this is me.
Yeah. Yes, I
I
said
caught
Desmond
on.
at first, you big silly.
I figured it was me, but I just wanted to make sure.
Yes.
Yes,
But either
I'm
way.
taking care of the boy.
Yes. And of course, he has some stuff like insomnia, the shakes, and maybe a couple of mood swings.
No, I can deal with some of that.
Most of it.
Whenever he can't sleep. Sleep.
Yes. That helps actually. Pretty well. And
Sleep and mood swings. Charm person, calm down.
yes.
This magic the problem to just like set him off to like he's going whatever. Magic it, then just like, okay, you should be fine. This is
Your average problem.
we're like the power of suggestion.
Indeed.
Words
thing
and
is-
soothing, and he does all the shit to make it seem like it's not magic.
It
It's
is a
just-
hard balance to keep, honestly, considering like you have to actually give a fuck, but also the magic speeds up the process decently.
Yes, it's to help because it's not like he's completely relying on it because it doesn't last that long.
Yeah.
Like the sleep just helps him to just actually conk out and stay asleep because you don't magically wake back up. Like it like if you're actually tired and sleep puts you to sleep, you will be stayed out.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
And with charm person, that's an hour to calm down, and that actually lets them breathe in, breathe out, calm down, and get themselves to calm down.
Indeed. But
Oh,
nonetheless,
yes. I am Desmond is actually the perfect demon to help you work off your vices.
he's a very good therapist, surprisingly. But as you're sort of, you're in the nucleus. You're sort of watching with the old man from afar.
Mhm.
He's not bad for a 98-year-old, but for a 98-year-old, some things come a little bit more difficult. So he's sort of nonchalantly doing some of his baking while he and Inu are. Well, actually, Inu, what kind of test would you be wanting to do that day?
Inu's muted.
If Taz is
Oh
here, they did
no!
step away.
Oh,
Someone put a muzzle on him.
They did message me that they were going to get their donuts.
that's fair.
I don't know if
I'll
they're
say-
back yet.
I'll say that they're starting to prepare to do something, but right now you're focused on the. Well, you're focused on the
I like how
baking.
I leave the ushers and I still have to babysit 3 of the kids.
Oh yes, but it's at least babysitting and not be a fucking father to them.
That's true.
Yes.
I went from surrogate father to babysitter.
It's a but
Well,
you also
I still think for Tony, I'm still surrogate father
suppose so.
because he stays there. He doesn't go. He doesn't go back home. This is his home.
This is home technically. I mean, he probably has another house, but it's by the ushers. Why the fuck would you want? God, could you imagine Alistair Usher trying to do science?
Yes.
He'd get fucking out. He'd get Mr. Atomov to do it for you. And
he'd hire the cheapest scientist he could find, get him the cheapest materials, and have an equivalent to Chernobyl happen.
A little bit. You're pretty sure that's how the birthday party happened.
Probably.
But nonetheless,
It's probably he's the reason that the goop accident happened as well.
the goop.
The Goop and
Either way.
Sons. That poor man.
That poor man. They never did find his femurs.
What? No.
I'm finding something ridiculous, but either way.
He got turned into the living ooze, remember?
Oh yeah. That was a long time ago.
Hmm.
Anyways. You're sort of watching nonchalantly while doing all the baking ingredients. You're probably dealing with all the fire and stuff. The oven
Fire.
and how hot it
Oh.
is.
Yes, I mean, yeah, sure.
As, of course, it's weird. Atomov would wear his lab coat and stuff still, but he wears an apron over his lab coat. he doesn't seem to spread the difference between the two, and you can tell because his hands are white with flour, and there's a little bit of jam on his mustache. Oh, I almost forgot. Oh. Hold on.
Prestidigitation.
Oh, thank you.
It's
this
just
is-
fucking feather duster just moves the feather dust around. It cleans what it should be able to clean to
just
prestidigitation.
cleans his face, and he just goes, oh, oh, that's all that.
I love the fact you're soaking wet, brings over feather duster, you're now dry. The fuck?
He's done it. You've done it dozens of times, especially
Oh, yeah.
considering the rainy seasons.
Yeah.
Right now, it's like, I'd say it's about Christmas time, even. Maybe a little before, like in that November, December time period. So
Yeah.
he's making a little
simple question.
gingerbread men.
What time of year is it during the session right now?
April or early May.
Well, there you go. Now you know what 6 months ago was.
Yeah, it's this. Yeah, roughly. It's a little into November, but he's already doing all the Christmas stuff. He's got the tree. He's got the gingerbread cookies, which is what he's currently making right now.
Of course he is.
Then, I guess
I
we have
have
to
that
wait
scan.
for the souls. But as for our dearest Bernard, how is he doing?
Off and on.
That is fair. That is fair. He always seems to be doing the offs and the ons, but I believe he has a good heart under all of that. And Sinclair, you did a little bit of research into it, yeah?
I did, yes.
He would have at least mentioned the guy once or twice beforehand, as well as
I would
how he
assume
is
I
what he
did
is.
research, so I know who he is, what he looks like, and all that.
You know that, but for secret stuff, make me a history check.
Beautiful. Am I allowed to pop a guidance?
Sure. He doesn't mind.
Cool.
Illegal research.
Oh damn! If I had advantage,
You
that'd be a 30.
Oh.
you had the basic knowledge who he is.
Uh-huh.
He's the grandpa, or he's the
Yeah.
The
grandson.
grandpa?
Don't
I'm
you
my own
dare.
grandpa. We're getting into that song.
I'm my grandpa?
That's a song. That's a country.
No, I know.
I know, it's really good. But anyways, and of
I'm
course,
my own grandpa.
how he's the grandson,
Welcome back.
technically last living grandson. And what happened to him. But in your research, you saw what he did afterwards. Everyone sort of remembered, oh, poor Sink, his parents died, nothing that could be done, all that sort of jazz.
Jeez, no wonder he left it. That's the reaction.
Yeah, no fucking shit. But everybody seems to remember him as a kid, but you did some research. Dude went
Went and
into
got
Sparta.
swole.
Dude got into Sparta at age 11. Of course he's fucking swole.
So, like, they're a kid, right? He bench pressed me and then told me to go sit in the corner.
They were a kid, yes.
They were.
And now
he's a beefcake.
And apparently the furthest you can remember the actual legit research going is he was dishonorably discharged.
Mhm.
But you've heard a couple of signs of this kid going around with a scythe.
The dramatics.
Subtlety doesn't run in the Atomov family, does it?
No, it does not.
Indeed. So, what do you tell Doc?
Give him the basic rundown. Boy's a bit of a meathead.
Give him some time. I believe that
what you have in brains, he makes up for in physical muscle.
and yet he may still have some brains as well. Also,
Oh, I'm not saying he doesn't, but I'm just saying.
Oh no. I understand.
He's quite literally
He is
an Adonis.
He is, and yet his decisions, they are, what is word? Was ist das? Uh,
Dramatic? Extreme?
guideless. Guideless.
Guide-
That is a guide.
Guide.
You see,
Aimless?
yes, das.
There you go.
But
There you are.
what I am meaning to say is, he is
Maidenless!
Or apparently.
no. Don't tell me that Sinclair
His
ain't got
actions
no
is
bitches
Satanless.
to his own grandpa. All right.
I want great grandbabies!
Nah. He's dealt with enough family loss that he's like, I'm just here. But nonetheless, it,
I didn't
it
get to spoil
feels-
my grandson, so I want to spoil my great grandson.
It
So he's
feels
alive to see
like
the day.
what is he's still with the way he is chasing these villains, these
Yes.
vigilantes.
Yes, his
One
vigilantism.
must wonder, is he trying to get a lead on? Is it
Maybe.
There's something to
Maybe.
think about.
Or maybe he's just trying to prevent the same tragedy.
Mm. He seems to have a good heart. Perhaps it is that. But still, I do not blame him for his motives. I just feel uneasy about his mindset about those motives. You see, the way it sounds, and from what I have met of the young man, it's strange to call my grandson, but he'd rather die than let his goal get close to the failing. Yeah?
That is not uncommon.
I suppose that is why he paired so well with Bernie here. I
And
mean,
again, he's still he's not quite what is he? He's in his late 20s?
he's in early
Mid
20s.
20s?
I'd say he's like, yeah, he's in his early 20s, I think.
Stubbornness at that age.
Mhm.
And then there's also stubbornness in your old age, so
Ah, but then they just call that gumption. But still, I find that Bernard is he has the same sort of ideal, but for a different purpose. While Sinclair wishes to
there's
get
an easy way to
whatever he
see.
wishes done, Bernard wishes to impress, make himself feel like
Bernie sees the world in black and white. Sink
Indeed.
sees in shades of gray.
Indeed. And yet he still follows him because to Bernie, he is a hero. Desmond,
Yes.
he sort of turns to you. He was sort of looking out from the sink towards the window, but he turns to you, his eyes sort of looking up to you. He's very short.
Yes.
I do not usually discuss our agreement,
Mhm.
or at least the agreement as it is. You are one who works under me, and I try to treat everyone with the same amount of respect. I do not order, I suggest. But I believe that I finally have one order from master to demon.
And what might that be?
His face is usually quite cheerful, but there's a little bit of melancholy behind it as he's trying to find the words. Please. I might not be around forever, of course, that is obvious, but then I cannot watch them. Please don't make sure they don't kill themselves. Or get themselves killed. Can you do that?
To the best of my abilities.
That is good. And those words sort of echo through your mind now, in the present,
Mhm.
as you are going down an elevator with probably. Would you say that Mo was the strangest of your allies, considering how this adventure has gone?
Of
I mean, compared to
a
the
psychic
snake.
gorilla, well, a psychic ape,
Yep.
a girl with dog ears and tail, a woman with a snake head,
And of
and a
course,
boy in a bubble.
yes, it is all very much.
So, I mean, if anything, technically, I'm the strangest one here.
Indeed, and you can
I'm
see
just the
that.
one who puts up the best facade.
Indeed. And you can tell that Mo sort of latched onto that, as Mo is at least kind of trustworthy, but you know he's not exactly the most rule following of the group.
Mo is an animal who has recently gotten to the level of intelligence of a human. He does not have the
Indeed.
morals. He does not have the scrupulous. I understand.
He is not evil, of course.
No, he's not
just
evil, but he does not have the same sense of morals or morality or the things that humans have had evolved for over the past thousands of years.
Indeed, and you can tell that that level of manners hasn't gotten to him, as you can feel him prodding. He's been prodding, trying to get into your head for a while now, and he's been able to talk just fine, but like
Yeah.
trying to
Like, is he
figure out
trying to
what
read my mind? Or is he trying
to
to
like
understand?
read the mind, understand the mentality. Because like with others, he can read Sinclair like a book. You can probably guess. He's not hiding very much, but
He's not very
you're a
complex.
strange little Gordian knot to untie.
Well, I'm going to let you in on this. You
Hmm?
do not want to dig any deeper. I am doing this to protect you. If you dig deeper, you will have a panic attack.
Hmm.
Like, I can show you a glimpse, but that is after we get out of the elevator, and you promise not to freak out.
I wasn't trying to look anyways. Just trying to understand. Very small.
Understanding means looking.
English word. You know what I say.
I know, I know. Desmond just gives him the fucking look of like, I know what you're trying to do, and I'm trying to tell you, what you're trying to understand will cause you to have a panic attack.
Indeed. It tried to explain to an ape about an afterlife is a very strange
Oh, it's
deal.
not even the afterlife. It's the fucking the horrors of beyond.
And and the concept of like the soul market and just the
Oh, soul
creation of
market? What
different.
do you mean? There's no soul market. The souls get put into currency.
Indeed, but then also beyond that, they sort of evolve into people. It's a whole thing, and you sort of
It's a whole. It also depends on the version of hell you go to,
get, yeah, of course. But
whichever
nonetheless,
domination, and then
as you're
if
trying
you go
to
to the
think of
Greeks.
this,
Oh, you are in for a treat.
indeed, and as you're sort of thinking about this, and trying to like list it off the top of your head, at least a little bit, the door dings open, and you realize, oh shit, yeah, there's probably people around. As you
Yeah.
can see, there is a little, just an old maid nonchalantly doing her work.
You,
How are you going
yes.
to deal with the monkey when people
How big is he?
are?
How
He
much?
is an orangutan. He is
How
at least.
much space does the boy take up?
He is large.
He's large. No. I want minor illusion. A 5-foot cube.
You can at least possibly obscure 5-foot cube.
If I put the 5-foot cube like right in front of her to where it would block him.
Possibly, if you're doing like the
Oh,
Mission Impossible style thing.
Yeah, just I can I can keep that going without any
Yeah.
without any. I can do that basically subtle spell. I can subtle spell that all day long.
Yeah, okay. It's
So
going to take
just
a little bit of concentration, and if you have to cast another spell, that might be a little problematic. But
oh well, yeah. I mean, yeah, sure, but we're not
but
having.
you'll cross that bridge when you
I
find
I
out.
just need to get past her.
Indeed, and as she sort of, you have a thing where people don't tend to notice you. It's like an unnatural. It's just a natural thing of your life. And as you sort of pop up with her, she just sort of, oh, Mr. Mr. Lang, I didn't expect you.
Yes. Is she supposed to be in this level?
The maids are. There's enough warnings that it'd be a little iffy, but then if you're like, first off, not only is it like you can have certain things in order to go to this level, but also just
Isn't this
with
place
everything,
like
it's
closed
all
off?
sort of the room around it where it's a hallway isn't. So she's just doing
So
the
we're
general
just
sweep.
she's just doing the hallway. We're trying to get into the room.
Yeah, it's a little
Alright.
weird that, considering the possible radiation, that could be weird, but
Okay. Yes. Just passing
I
through.
of course. If I'm doing anything wrong, let me know.
You'll find like, and she is an employee and everything, and I'm
Oh,
not
of
being
course, of course.
paranoid. Okay.
She's a little surprised to see basically the COO. There's Sinclair or Doc Adam, then
Mhm.
there's Usher, then there's you, and you're the
Yes.
one that they see the most often.
Yeah.
Probably.
That's me.
Of
Yeah,
like the
should be
highest
fine.
up.
Yes,
Okay.
I actually manage everything.
Yes, you do. Nonetheless, as
Gonna-
you're just nonchalantly trying to, you're just keeping the minor illusion so that there's just a
Mhm.
5-foot cube of of the wall, a camera of the wall, the look of the wall.
Just basically the way, just the Mission Impossible thing where it would show the planks
Yes,
past.
that exactly.
Yeah. And just going into the room.
Indeed. I'm gonna roll something right quick. Oh, Mr. Lang.
Yes.
It might be a little bit weird in there. Someone's been getting in there a little bit.
Yes, I am aware. That's why we're going in.
Of course, of course. That's all she sort of says. As maybe you were worried for a second, maybe that she saw the ape, but no,
No, it's all
not with a high enough passive.
I mean, if
Arcana
she
like
said
yours.
the thing, I would just. I have a way of dealing with that.
Yeah, exactly. Nonetheless, as you're moving in, actually, hold on a second. I forgot my notes up there. My notes. Oh boy.
Read those.
Oh boy. It'll give me enough time for the chicken to cool. Where did notes go? Had notes
Yeah,
here.
where did your notes go?
Oh, there they are. They went in between. As I was saying,
Mm-hmm.
it's as you sort of remember it. A little darker because the morphic molecule isn't exposed. Area still around it, but there's like a dim magenta light coming from it.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of swing lights in the distance, and the table is filled with notes as you remember it.
Mm.
But also in the darkness, you do see something on top of like one of these bookcases shine in a way that you didn't see before. Perhaps that could be of interest.
Mm-hmm.
But as you're seeing that, you see someone else is in this room with you. And the only way you notice this is when you're sort of walking along. Something you tap something with your foot that wasn't there before. You didn't expect something on the floor. What do you do?
So someone else is here.
Well, do you look down at what you tapped first? I'll just say, if you look
Okay.
down, you'll see what it is. It is a dead
Okay.
rat.
Of course it is.
But nonetheless, at the slight thump of that, you
Mhm.
hear a bit of a sound of, hello, is someone here? As you realize, you share this room with one of your company owners.
Oh no, he's here. How did he find out about this?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
on
Bernie's
the
going.
thumbnail.
Yes, I know.
He was in the
I figured-
thumbnail the whole
I
time, and I
figured
couldn't hide
this.
him.
Yes.
Oh, I see. It's you.
Hmm.
I presume that you've been doing all right ever since that accident with the ape, he says. And he's going to make a perception check against your. How good is your Arcana?
I'll say it, so passive 18.
Oh man, let's see if
If you want, if you just want Arcana, if you want my spell DC, it's 14.
I'll say it's actually pretty close, as you can see his eyes starting to trail, trying to look at something that looks a little off, and you realize he's perceptive enough to notice the magic, but not enough to know what it is. You could possibly distract him.
Like, oh, you're wondering how the ape's doing. Well, why don't you ask him? Drops it.
Is that what you do?
Oh, yeah. I don't care if he sees Mo.
He's a little surprised at that. Oh, but do you have a container?
Mo, say hi.
He gives like the widest tooth grin as he raises up a hand and just says, inside his head, hello. You should have mentioned this to me.
It's a rather new development. And I'm mentioning it to you now.
I suppose that's the best that we can deal with, considering, well, other things. I suppose that you've been caught up on things, yes? As is your position.
Yes, it's caught up on things. What if you wish to be more specific on which things I am caught up on?
I believe two things come to the forefront. One, I do apologize for not letting you in on the whole meeting process a couple of nights ago.
Oh, yes, about that. Well, I mean, honestly, if you wanted to go into the military stuff, there is a way you could have circumnavigated it to make it a bit more Adam friendly.
They had come to me within a week, and the
I'm
tragedy had
just
just
saying
happened.
you
I had
could have
made a
made it more
gamble.
so supportive rather than weapons.
I made a gamble, and it worked.
I'm just
didn't it?
saying, I am just putting that out there. Anyway,
That isn't as important as the other thing. I feel about Antonio.
DM, which one's Antonio?
Tony,
Listen, Tony.
Oh, yes, okay, yes. Yes, about Tony.
I presume that he is a bit more wordy with you than he is with me, so I figure you know what's going on with him.
Did Tony ask me not to tell him?
He said he was going to don't mention it to
To
people,
Inu.
but he's going to tell Inu. You don't know how far that he doesn't know extends to.
Okay. I am aware that things are not looking up for him.
Indeed. I, of course, have been a bit busy, so I haven't been able to really dwell on it yet. But then on top of that, there's the whole problem with this here. As
He
he sort
referred to the atom, to Bernie's
he
little side experiment.
yes, as he with the silence, he sort of waves his
Mhm.
hand, sort of.
Hmm.
Did you know about
And
this?
I found out about it yesterday.
Wasn't it today? This morning?
It's been a long day, so you could think it's either
Uh,
yesterday or today.
Early in the
honestly.
morning. It was. I feel like it was the start. It was this morning.
It was
Okay,
like
now.
8 a.m. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I found about it this morning.
To think he was putting so much effort into something like this instead of perhaps sending it through legitimately.
What do you think? But I look at him like, you do know the other product he was using to do this, right?
What product?
He sees the atom molecule, right? He sees that.
He does
The,
see that,
uh,
but he,
how much do you know about what he's been doing?
as far as I know, he's been going to rehab and he's been getting clean, and hopefully he's finding ways to apply himself.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
like
No, I mean
this.
about this. His little side project here. How much do you know about this?
Vivian's told me selectively little.
All right. Well, how much should I tell him?
That is a good question.
Okay. Okay. First question. The rat I just stepped on. Did you kill it, or was it already dead when you got here?
That thing, yes, that was already dead when I got here.
Is he lying? I need to insight this man.
Indeed, and while that is going on, man, it would be a really time for. Oh wait, no, Mo's already been seen. So you know what? He's going to try and stealth away a little bit because he does. Yeah, no,
Monkeys.
he is just he didn't even notice he was gone until he's like on top of one of the things starting to pick at something. You can tell Usher hasn't noticed yet because, you know, giant shape, usually an ape. Anyways, with a 21, okay, that one possibly could be. It could have been the maid that killed it. Could have just died on its own.
She shouldn't have been here. Okay, and based on, can I just would it
He
be
didn't. It doesn't seem like he would be the type to try and kill
how
it
does
himself.
how does it
To
look
get his
like it
hands
died?
dirty like that, ugh.
Yeah, how does it look like it died?
Doesn't look like it was squashed. Looks like it literally keeled over.
Ooh, that's not good.
Indeed.
Sinclair
Like,
called it.
and does anything else look wrong with it? Like any visible things, or does it just look like a normal rat that just died?
It does look like a normal rat that just died, but you recognize the goggles on it. The itty bitty goggles.
Yes, but it doesn't have like visible like grotesque mutation or anything like that. It's not bleeding
Just
a
a little
different.
bit of just a little blood around its mouth.
Is the
Like
blood this normal red?
it is the normal red, yes.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I'm all right.
Indeed. But as of
So
that,
and then
no,
he
I did
upped
not.
the dose.
Why
Okay.
would I touch something like that? It's not
I'm
my
just making sure because that was what he just that was one of his test subjects.
That goes. He's at least experimenting on things that aren't himself.
Nice. Does he even try to look at my face? Do I need to put up a poker face?
He is at least. You know what? Fuck it. He's rolling insight just for shits and giggles. He's not even doing it intentionally. He's just. It'll be a perception check.
That's not. No. It's an insight check.
All
Right?
right.
Because
Insight it is.
I'm not trying to give it away.
Insight it is.
Do you want me to roll this? Because Desmond's not sure what to do, so I'm not gonna.
Up to you if you want to roll deception. That is completely up to Desmond.
Okay, so
Charge.
so at least he's not, because the irony of that, of just like, it's like it's just the look of like he's going to try to hide it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he can hide it. He can hide it, but it's just
He-
that subtle look of you. How do you not know your own child?
The catch in your throat is almost visible, but he doesn't spot it, as he is just sort of.
All right, so how much do I fucking tell this man? Because he's gonna try to weapon. Well, no, the rat clearly died, so he can see that it's not a.
He's smart enough, at least for that, presume.
Okay, and he doesn't know what it does.
He doesn't. Apparently, it just looks like he just walked in and went, "What the fuck is this?"
Okay, so Viv told you about this, and what did she tell you that he's been doing? So I'm not repeating things.
Viv. He starts off a little loud, but then goes a little quieter. Viv has been a little bit more quiet lately. I can tell why. She's been stressed after, well, Atomov left us with this shithole. But she has told me at least a little bit. That being, he has reapplied himself, and apparently that involves the morphic molecule, which contains radiation in a public area.
Oh yeah,
And
I
from what
assume
she-
I
she may
assume
have-
we brought down a Geiger counter and everything to make sure that he's actually kept it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Contained?
Not only that, but Atomov was smart enough to leadline the place.
Okay,
And
so
beyond
yeah, we're
that,
fine.
beyond that, she mentioned superhero once or twice. So forgive me, but I started thinking about the boy.
All right. Well, let's go with. Would you prefer the plausible deniability route, or would you want the you could be caught up in things?
It's my son we're talking about this.
All right, there you go. So you remember that other company, the one that's gotten to hot water recently?
Oh, God, please tell me this.
Okay, you're quite quiet. I'm going to need to turn you up, and then I'm going to need you to say that again.
My bad. He pinches at the bridge of his nose and says, "Oh, for Echidna Corp, he's gone
Yes.
in on our cleanup efforts."
From what I saw when he showed what happened to the rat, he somehow, for whatever reason, he decided to use the morphic molecule with that concoction of theirs.
And
The rat did not turn into a horrible abomination. It gained super reflexes and speed. But apparently it had a heart attack. Or something. I don't know. Mel, can you pull up the... It's just like... Are there security cameras in here?
there's one or two.
It's just like... he pulls up the thing. Let me see if I can find exactly what happened.
You could tell as Darius, as Mo goes, "Ooh, hey," he picks up something from the top and then picks up the CRTV, leaps down as Uster goes, "Jesus." But Mo does sort of hook it up pretty well. He looks like he's had experience with old technology before, as he brings
Oh
up.
god, it's CRTV. Oh god.
It is
Okay.
apparently
We
you
need
get
to
a
work
little
on...
bit of evidence of what happened after you left this morning.
Yes, what happened?
He apparently, well, before I say this, are you showing this to Usher or just to him?
Well, I am looking to see what happened to the rat. If Usher comes over, I'm not going to necessarily stop him.
Oh boy. You see, you guys exit. He sits around, does a little bit of experimentation, writes on a note. You see the notes are sort of sprawled along the desk before you. Then he apparently suited up, sped off. There's a bit of a long beat where you can see the rat sort of going around. And then suddenly it just falls over. He comes back angry, takes off his helmet, looks around. This is all on CRTV. This man could not keep a fucking secret identity to save his life.
Mhm.
Looks at the rat, looks at the notes, and then you can see, for interestingly enough, for a split second, something falls in front of the camera for a little bit. But by the time that's done, he's gone. The rat's still here, though.
Oh, his note's still there.
The notes are still there.
I looked to see what the last thing he wrote.
He didn't take a look at the notes at first, around the time that he was doing stuff. But now that you have the chance to look at them, you see that. Hold on, I'm checking my notes.
Is it just the same equation over and over again, like the all work and no play makes Jack?
Oh no, he's not. He's not that crazy, but you can see that he has several written things, and you can tell that there's little sticky notes to hide certain things, as it seems that he has. First off, most of the test subjects apparently died of heart failure after taking too much max. It was cumulative. Well, there was increase in morphic radiation. Apparently, he went up to 50% a couple of times. There's less of a chance, but only 2%, and more extended duration. Also, apparently, he got a request from someone, as there are letters back and forth. Apparently, someone wanted ricin.
Ricin?
Ricin?
What is ricin?
You're smart enough to know. It's a poison.
Why would they want poison?
That is a good question. But not
What is
only
he?
that,
Who?
you see that there are a couple of notes back and forth between him and whoever it is. And whoever it is looks like they have a bit of a rapport, interestingly enough. But as that's going
The
on,
one who put him on this fucking path.
perhaps, although it does seem like he put a lot of the max path onto himself.
Or at least
As-
who gave him the ID, who's supplying
Indeed, as
him
Usher
the
is sort of
chimera.
looking over your shoulder, as he seems to, first off, from the videotape, have a bit of wording around himself, but then his face goes a bit emotionless and his voice goes eerily silent. The dude knows, a couple of those notes are written AVU.
AVU, does that mean any A?
That is a good.
AVU. Well, okay, I need to look at names.
No,
No.
it's not in names. We don't know what it means yet, but we've heard it before.
Where have we heard it before?
God.
That little note from the guy, from Dr. Sin.
AVU. The note from Dr. Sin.
You remember the deal
Yes.
up, ban yourself.
Oh, whoever this.
Indeed.
That makes sense. Okay, so
But who
all
is
right.
AVU? Nonetheless, as Alistair sort of looks at it,
AVU.
Desmond,
Yes.
work under me. I want you to get as many of your scientists as you can in this room, as well as guards. We are shutting this down now until I can find out what's going on.
What's going on with what? Can you say that last part
With
again?
this, with all of this.
I
I need to
mean,
make sure what this is. Here and now.
well, to be quite frank, it's honestly, if it didn't have the heart failure part, it'd be a super soldier serum.
Precisely. Which is why I say that he was at least. Barney was a smart boy. A dumb boy, but a smart boy. He was at least onto something. If he had several more hours of testing instead of
Yes, he jumped the gun on the testing, but also
Yes,
I would
on
very much.
himself.
Yes. Again, we've reprimanded them for that when we found that out. Also, I would very much suggest for holding off on that until the chimera ooze, whatever it is.
A TIE fighter agent.
That, yes.
As he
That
just
is a
goes,
very has a very dark connotation and would look very bad if people found out about that.
I still want it shut down and people to look at it.
Yes, it will be shut
And-
down, and we're probably having people researching. And here's a good way of putting it. Here's a good way of putting it. That you're taking the mutagen research to try to figure out a way to reverse it, to help those poor people who were affected by it.
I can understand where you're coming from, but you haven't been seeing what I have.
You're talking about with the mutagen?
No, with the people that we are currently trying to make deals with. As it stands right now, especially after the kidnapping, I've been the person who's been holding most of this stuff under control while the heir has been playing superhero.
I looked at it like, yeah. I. Oh. He's saying he's been holding shit together. His motherhood.
You've said that to the wrong guy.
He did. He said that to the wrong fucking guy. Like, yes, I know you've been trying to make the deals and the business thing, but you need to.
And
you need to-
also, I've also been trying to make sure that most of the people who work for us don't quit after a hostage situation. Rest assured.
which hostage situation is he referring to?
Precisely the problem.
No. I'm asking out of character.
Fabricators.
Fabricators. When did they hold this? Oh, when they.
The whole building.
I look at him like, we are running bare bones. We have been for a very, very long time.
And
I
I'd
have
like
been
to make sure we
trying to
get
keep
out of it.
everything. Yes, I know. I've been dealing with it. But I believe that the fabricators are very much trying to take advantage of this. And
Indeed,
what do you expect us to do against a group of armed mercenaries that just barge in?
I don't know, but the fact that you pulled an orangutan around and parade it on multiple
We
other
don't. He
events-
just came out. I just took him down here.
The orangutan, meanwhile, is sort of testing all the different chords and just goes, just gives double thumbs
And
up.
it's not good to have him locked up in the thing he was in.
Well, it would be frankly better if he was back in the Amazon or wherever. You know for a fact
It's
that they come from
India.
Borneo. Yeah.
India, Borneo. From Asia. He's from Asia. But that's beside the point. Yes, we know. Dr. Adam is whimsical. This is one of his flights of fancy. I am aware.
And I've been trying to run a normal business. So
You.
forgive me.
You
if I'm a
two are
little
the.
bit correct. Forgive me if I've been making.
He looks at me. You two are the exact opposite of each other.
Indeed.
And that is
So-
not all. That is not also in the best of ways.
I
Yes, you
apologize.
have
I am
been a
stressed,
business,
and
but
I'm-
you. Yes, you are. You are
I am
stressed,
stressed,
and this is a stressful
and I am
situation.
making a lot of decisions that have to be made. So
Yes.
please, I advise you, let me handle this in my own way. I'm sure that you can see the sort of metropolitan accent has dropped a little bit,
Mhm.
revealing a bit of the old sort of car dealership voice he used to have.
Mhm.
So please make sure that your orangutans and your red-headed stepchildren and all of that business stays away from this. And God help me if Bernie got into this. Just make sure that all of this is at least under control on your part. I'll make sure this is under control on mine. If you want a signature, fine. And as he sort of
Desmond just drops the humanity. He looks at him, just like, I am allowed to do as I want? Within my area?
I don't know exactly what I meant there.
Oh, I know. But just know, when you push, things get pushed back.
Then hopefully it'll be after this whole problem has been solved. But until then,
And he's just like, and you are aware of that our vans have been being stolen
stolen.
and being used for. He explains the whole thing with the vans, why we went out to go retrieve the vans. That's why we were being superheroes. Because our property was taken.
You could have called the police on it.
Yes, the police would have been able to handle this. Pulls up what happened with the mutagen.
Look, my point has.
Yes, because having the Atom Cove thing all over that would be great.
You understand my point, then?
Yes, I do.
I'll make sure that
You
this-
understand that you do not. You have nothing to really threaten me with, or scare me, or do whatever it is you're trying to do, businessman. I will run the company to the best of my ability to help it survive, and that is what I will do. And if you think that I am in your way, then try and remove me. Go ahead. And he leaves.
Indeed.
And he takes as he does this, magic and everything whips around all of the notes and everything into his hand. Everything just kind of cleans itself. He goes.
Ooh. Alistair forgot you could do that.
My notes.
My notes. and Mo, we're going.
Indeed. And as you sort of exit, you sort of wonder why he was.
Oh, he's definitely planning some shit. He's probably planning to sell the fucking company.
You're not
he's
sure.
probably. Can I make an insight check?
You can certainly try.
As I'm leaving, I'm just going over everything in my head. He's probably trying to sell it out to the fabricators.
As you sort of think about it, you realize, yeah, he's probably trying to sell it out to the fabricators and shit, but then you sort of realize that wouldn't add much of a benefit.
No,
he
well,
wouldn't
not
get money for them.
sell it.
The
but
fabricators
basically-
would probably shoot him on sight after he's signed the papers.
No, not sell, but like get in bed. Business deal. He wants to make a deal. He wants to show he is the better businessman, that he can get one over on them. He's setting himself up for something stupid.
Alistair X voltaic ship?
Oh no, that's the worst ship.
But
Two
you know
awful
what I mean.
men.
He is self-centered and egotistical enough that he believes he can work a way to scam the shit out of them.
I will say that in your thought process, there are two things you sort of realize. And they go completely different fucking ways, is the problem. Because right
Okay.
now you're a little bit steamed. You had to show your fucking hand to Al, the man who.
He pissed him off enough.
Yeah, it's not often you get pissed off by this. And he's a weaselly little man, and of course
he was holding the fucking company together. Bullshit.
Indeed, and that's when you think, oh, maybe that is AVU, Alistair, something Usher, yeah. But on the other hand,
No, that's not it. But I think he's trying to make something.
On the other hand, is you sort of think there are several reasons why you wouldn't do that. One, mentioned having to make sure nobody quit because of the hostage situation.
Yes, but that's also to keep the business and the stock up, because then he can sell it for higher.
Two, he didn't know about the vans being stolen. If he did, he would have tried to solve on it. Three.
Yes, but again, I'm not saying he didn't know. I'm saying he's trying to deal with. He may know about the fabricators. The fabricators might not actually have anything to do with the vans bullshit.
True.
We don't know.
Three. He was shocked when he saw Bernie.
Yes, that is
So is he
fair.
a shitty businessman who is trying to keep the stocks up while everything falls apart in the background?
Well, no, he's a businessman who's a
Maybe,
shitty
yeah.
father.
He's a
Yeah.
shitty dad.
Is he
He's like,
also
he's
a
shocked
shitty
he didn't know.
Is he also a shitty father? Yes.
Yes.
Is he trying to sell out to the fabricators? And is he the guy who's trying to backstab you? No.
Like, not directly backstab. I think he wants full control of the company.
Mhm.
Indeed. And then finally your eyes spot something. The signature he wrote looks awful similar to the AVU. So that could be it, but also might be somebody trying to do something like that.
What's his middle name?
Can I?
The backstabby, no.
It's Starscream.
Oh man, it's like Megatron for Meg. No.
No. AVU.
Adult Video
What's
University.
Viv's middle name?
I'm gonna say, ironically, Vivian is the reason why she was named Vivian, because it was. Hold on.
Excuse me?
Let me see if I can find a different version of this.
Vivian is the reason she was named Vivian. I would hope so.
His middle name
No, her.
is Vivianus. Hence, Vivian.
AVU.
What?
He's self-centered enough to pull that shit. You know that.
Okay, I think is it fucking Viv? I think it's Viv.
A little bit past her.
Damn her and her. Okay, yeah, because what if? So wait, is Viv that her middle name?
No,
And
that's
she's
his
actually
middle name.
I know that's
His
his middle name, but is Viv's initials the same as Alistair's? Like, is she using her middle name instead of the first name, which would be?
I'm gonna roll for luck on that because I don't know.
Well, I would hope you know if you made the thing and that she's
I was about to
Fuck,
say.
it has to be. It has to be. So it would be.
And she could technically get away with faking his signature, but it's still being hers, so that way people wouldn't be suspicious.
Yeah, because it is. She intentionally changed the middle name so it was spelt wrong. So it was Allistr.
Oh dear lord. So okay, with that, okay, can I make what kind of check would this be to put this together that Viv is the one doing this?
I would say that it is.
Oh my god, she knew all this fucking time. She has one hell of a fucking poker face.
I'm gonna say it is. Insight, investigation, or history.
Oh, fucking history.
Alrighty.
Oh god damn it.
Indeed. With a 14, I'll say that there are. It does sort of add up. The fact that someone is literally giving the vehicles, so it's someone in the fucking company. On the other hand, it's on that, yes. On also the fact that something has to be done with Bernie. Bernie became a fucking factor in this. Of course, it wouldn't be of his own will. Some of it had to be of his own will, but also a lot of it shouldn't have been. Who would manipulate him? Obviously, Viv would be a perfect fucking manipulator. And yet, why would be the question. But nonetheless, I will leave you with that.
She can make her father the fucking perfect scapegoat, get out of this all scot-free.
Maybe.
She could just make all the money, make it seem like it was him. He gets killed for it. She gets tucked away where she didn't know anything.
Could be.
Fucking hell. God damn
Indeed.
these. Ugh.
Indeed. And
And I took all of the notes.
Indeed. And it's as everyone finally reconverges at the house, Mo just sort of pauses as he goes, "Whoop," and under his tongue was whatever was glittering up there. It's a key.
It's a key, a cario.
Indeed, as he sort of passes it over to you, Desmond, and just goes, say something.
He looks at the key.
Hmm.
Huh.
For
Does the key look
Sinclair.
familiar? Oh, for Sinclair. It says that on the key.
It has a little. It says that on like a little bit of ribbon and a little note attached to the key, but it's been in his mouth, so it's a little bit slimy.
Prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation. Back to clean.
Well, I guess I'll give that to him when he gets back.
Indeed.
And we have so much.
You have tomorrow's the big day, but nonetheless, everyone.
Oh, I'm going to be while I'm going through this. I'm going through all the fucking notes and determining how likely it is that when is Bernie going to have a fucking heart attack?
Okay, if you're looking through the notes, first off, you notice a lot of these notes were intentionally stuff was hidden.
From him, like the AU signature was hiding shit from him.
Not from him. You could tell by the handwriting, it was intentionally hiding it from someone. It's in Bernie's handwriting.
Okay, so Bernie was hiding the heart attack bit.
Perhaps. But also, you notice a lot of the notes. Talking in... Hold on, let me get my notes. It's a lot of back and forth notes, asking if it's perfected. It's as perfected as I'm going to get it within the time period. Are you sure you want to do this? As I'll ever be. And a lot of them
who
have
imposes a time
love
limit?
written.
Love?
Before this thing happened. But furthermore, all of them are usually written with love back and forth. And as the final one is like, are you sure you want to do this? You know the effects before we do this, right? And Bernie's last note says, I know the effects. I'm doing it nonetheless. Someone's got to be a hero.
Oh dear Lord! It says would they respond to each other with love?
That is a good question. And interestingly enough, you're sort of walking by Tony as you're talking about this. Oh, hey, how'd the thing go downstairs?
Well, your father knows about his experiment.
Shit.
Viv kind of told him, and he went down there. And do you recognize the signature?
Sort of glances towards it. Not that I know of. I mean, it looks like how Dad would do stuff, but Dad... I mean, sometimes he initials his shit.
How does Viv normally initial her shit? Have you ever seen it?
Do you think Viv would let me in on a board meeting?
No, I just thought I'd ask. And
Yeah.
how close were Viv and Bernie?
Tony's
'Cause
going to sort of think on that a little bit, and hold on a second.
would they respond to each other with love? That doesn't
me check.
sound like Viv, but what do I know? Maybe that's a code. I don't know. Your father managed to actually get under my skin for once.
Wow. Congratulations. And as for Viv, it's a fucking coin flip. Either she actually likes us, and sometimes, there's signs. She's got Dad's genes. they're not great showing. Or she's lying to us
Sarcasm.
something.
Could be yes, that's what I'm fearing.
But do you think Bernie would take it literally?
If she has been supporting him through this, then yes.
If she's the
she's
one
been
who's been
giving him
doing this,
support-
that makes a lot more sense.
If she's
Just make
based,
sure
like,
she's
based
not
on the notes, she's
hers.
been.
Okay.
What did he say?
Well, you say your thing first because he
Okay.
would sort of pause to listen.
If she's been the one guiding him through this and giving him what he needs and being basically his pillar of support, then yes, I can see him relying on her and also still putting up the front when others are around because they've been keeping this a secret. Sort of like their secret little brother-sister bonding. That's just between them.
Could be. I mean, she is manipulative like that, but I do have one sort of ask because I am the brother,
Yes.
and all that. Make sure she doesn't like. Obviously, she needs to be in prison for this shit, and you're gonna have to go and get that shit done. But make sure she's not hurt or dead.
I will do my best, but sometimes when things go south, people can do self-harm as well.
Well, yeah, we saw that with Mo.
I will do my best, but I cannot make promises,
Yeah.
depending on how self-destructive she becomes when things unravel.
Sorry, this.
How does your father? How does your father handle it when things don't go his way?
He goes to Acapulco with 10 chicks in a yacht. Probably.
Okay.
I don't see him leave.
Fair.
But it makes sense that he would probably go a little apeshit. I mean, from how it sounds, he went a little apeshit now because I don't know. But also, I don't know, something enters my mind about it. You think he put her up to it?
He seemed genuinely. I think she's manipulating him too, or maybe
Really?
I honestly, I think she might be making him think. I think she's playing circles.
If I'm being honest, it sounds like it's sort of a mutual thing. Because,
I
on
think
one
they're
hand,
both using each
Viv,
other.
total piece of shit. Definitely understandable. But Dad.
I think they think they're using each other.
Probably. That does make more sense. Sorry, I was just.
No, you're
thinking
fine.
about
I think they think they have the one up on each other. And
Probably.
I think your father also underestimates it,
Indeed.
which will be his downfall.
Yeah. I mean, it couldn't have happened to a better guy, Anyways,
All right.
continue doing your shit. I
All right.
got hydroponics to do.
All right.
Nonetheless.
God, now at the back of my head, please tell me it's not Tony. Dear Lord, please don't. Tony, please be. I know your life sucks, but please.
Nonetheless. Hey, Inu, Sinclair.
I don't like the way you cut away from that.
Hmm?
I don't like the way Clutch cut away from that.
Well, we gonna go ruin someone's night?
Indeed.
Can I make one more insight?
Sure,
Joey, you're
go on
gonna
ahead.
make yourself paranoid.
Yeah, stop it.
Already.
19 plus 4. How the fuck would he even do it?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
But
The just it popped into my head when the way I just showed him this and I'm talking with him and I've always been nice to Tony.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm always trying to accommodate for him and everything. I don't think he would do any shit like this. And he's always here. But maybe
there's no place for him to go, and let's be honest, the man doesn't really.
I don't think he'd try to take everyone out with him as he is dying.
Of course not. Why would he do that to his sister and his brother?
Tony, use Parish Song. It's super effective.
I know. Well, at least not. Well, I don't think he doesn't really. I think he's fine with Bernie. I know he doesn't like Viv.
I mean, nobody likes Viv, but Viv.
So that's why I don't think it's him. But you made me paranoid.
Don't. in your head, there's no real good way that he would be the one doing it.
He varies that way, but the paranoia, it's got me on edge.
Correction,
Indeed,
Jelly. You made yourself paranoid.
Indeed.
Yes.
And that's what's
I
sort of
know.
going through your head as, well, okay, there's a little bit of time before everybody reconvenes. So I'll say what happens with the van thing. Because that was where you went before you came back, my dearest Inu and Sinclair.
Mm-hmm.
So, van moving. Do you think you could take it yourselves reasonably?
I mean,
You said that it's going relatively far away. That's far to go on foot.
Oh yeah, but it's like it's following street laws, so maybe you could catch up with it.
if Sync is carrying Inu, possibly.
Yeah, I'll say I am not fast enough, but
Do you want to try and chase it, or are you just gonna go home saying that you saw another one?
I mean, if it looks like we can catch up to it, Sync certainly wouldn't mind
Worth a
trying real
shot.
quick.
yeah, if we can catch up to it, it's worth a shot.
Indeed. Nonetheless, as he's sort of chasing, well, if you know what, make me an athletics check.
Alright. Is there a feasible way for Inu to be assisting somehow?
How would you want to assist? Maybe you're having
Well-
a fun little conversation while you go. I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just motivating him.
Yeah.
20.
Okay. It's a bit of a, the rain is a little slippery and you have to go from place to place, but you're following the truck decently enough. You could possibly stop it if you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Nonetheless. What do you talk about as you travel before finding a way to stop the vehicle if you are doing so?
What do you think this one's doing with that vehicle? They all seem to be doing something different.
Who knows? Maybe this time we should find out first.
Rude.
Indeed. That
I mean,
raises the question.
They're not really trying to make themselves seen.
Conspicuous.
Yeah, they're driving perfectly. They're following the freaking speed limit to the nail.
Wait, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Did we ever take back the other van we saw earlier this night?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
That was before.
so this is
the
another
thing,
new
yeah.
one. Got it.
This is another new one.
Just wanted to
which
make sure
doesn't
that it
make
wasn't that
sense,
same
because
one.
every
If
one
it
of
was
them
just the same one,
was recalled.
Mm-hmm.
supposedly.
Yes.
Now, hopefully, at some point, when it's stopped or not, we can get over to it.
Alrighty. I'll say that it's that you chased it until it sort of stopped. And it stopped like right on the side of the road in a very crime heavy area. You know this place by look.
Mm-hmm.
But as the guy gets out and sort of steps out, dusts himself off a little bit, it's a guy in an Atom Co. uniform.
Oh, and also, right now, Inu is being princess carried the entire time.
Indeed.
Yep.
What are you doing?
So you walk up to this dude, or
Yes.
you saying that? Is he just, I'm gonna have him roll. See if he recognizes you.
Either of us.
You can't miss. You can't miss this.
It's
However,
it's just Adam Co. business. Just uh, unless
Right.
you're the guy who's what?
Right. I'm the guy.
yeah,
Oh,
Well, we.
we are.
yeah,
the-
yeah. Look, if you're the, I thought there'd be more with You know what? Make me a intimidation or deception.
Look, let's just make this quick, okay? Do you want to get caught?
No, of course not. I don't want to get fucking fired either or arrested. Jesus. Like, look, just, make sure that whatever you're using this shit for, it's very basic stuff.
By the way, as this is
just
going on, he's gonna put Inu back on their feet.
Yep.
Oh man. I was never here. This never happened. That's the standard deal for all these. And
Right.
you'll send the check to Miss Viv, right?
Oh, of course. And as he says that, he's just gonna grab the guy by his collar and slam him against the truck.
Please don't get me fired.
I think that's a question for the CEO. Lucky for you, you're talking to him.
Look, man. I'm sorry. I'm real sorry. It just, I didn't even know we'd be fucking doing this until the fucking orders changed. Please don't fucking fire me.
Meanwhile, he's just gonna be dragging the man and throwing him in the back of the truck.
My wife. I got kids.
Alright, we're going home.
I was half tempted to say yes, we're taking those too.
Pup, you're driving.
Okay.
And Stink is just gonna get in the back of the van with the man.
Alrighty. Viv. Or, not Viv.
Viv!
Sorry. Inu, you thinking about Viv? Or,
I honestly just make the assumption of, I don't know any other Viv. It's most likely that one. That one sucks. Therefore, I hope it's that one.
Anything negative? Probably them.
Exactly.
Either
I'll
way,
have something to be like, oh no, we didn't pick up the other guy. We gotta rough that
Either
one
way.
up too.
Sinclair.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
The man has barely heard of the CEO, but he has heard of the man with the scythe. And you have your scythe out.
Oh yeah, it's on his back right now.
So he's fucking shitting himself. Hey, look, man, I never did anything before this. It's just orders from the company. You would have ordered if you're the CEO, right?
No, I didn't order any such thing, nor did my right-hand man. So tell me, who is this Viv you're talking about?
He's like almost sobbing, but he's trying to keep himself sane because God knows if you show any weakness to the Reaper, your soul's gonna get sucked out.
And he could tell from that very gentle slam, that was not power that was used.
That was a warning.
Look, man,
You don't have
The
the
lady
name
just-
Vivian Usher, do you?
Look, here's what I know. We're working the graveyard shift. We work graveyard shift because that's the only shift that I could get.
Right, right.
It's like late. It's like 2 hours before, and every time that it's 2 hours before, she comes down with a couple of security guards, and it sounds professional. It's like, hey, here's a place that you need to drive this truck. Just put the keys in by the front seat, close the door unlocked, and then find your own way home. So I didn't even want to be in fucking Blue Town, man, but I drew the shortest fucking straw.
Sure. Now, as he goes to reach for his scythe, do you have the names of everyone else who has been going through this like you?
I know the two guys before this, but one of them's dead. At least I think. We never saw him again. The other guy...
Do you have the names?
Yes, of course. At least for the two guys who did it. Please don't fire me.
We'll see about that, depending on how you cooperate.
Well, I'll cooperate.
You want to keep this job?
Nonetheless, as the car begins to drive off, and now each of you have an inkling on what's going on.
I think we have more than an inkling!
Is it the correct inkling? Maybe.
We have a confession confession.
Yeah, that was
Indeed.
straight up a confession.
Well, to be fair, the guy didn't expect he'd be seeing the goddamn Reaper today.
Nor the CEO of the company. He's backstabbing.
He's not even backstabbing. He's
No,
just
I
doing his
know.
job.
Well, he thinks he is.
He's being forced to do something that isn't his job, actually.
We wrap up on tonight's session. Next time, the arms deal.
Mm.